Welcome to the very first episode of Let's Talk, brought by Karnataka Jesuit Educational Society Youth Works. We're excited to kick off this journey with a very special guest, a man who is not only known for his cricketing skills, but also his life principles and leadership. A proud Josephite, who is known by millions as the wall of cricket. It's none other than the legendary Mr. Rahul Dravid. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir, it's a pleasure to have you with us today. As an alumnus of St. Joseph Boys High School and St. Joseph College of Commerce, coming back to your roots must really feel special. After returning to IPL auction table after 8 years and leading India in their fantastic win in T20 World Cup in 2024, your journey seems a full circle. So how do you reflect this success, and what are the lessons in your early years that helped you in this new chapter of your life?
Firstly, thank you very much for having me here today, and welcome to all of you, and thanks for watching. So I think there was a lot that I learned in my early years. I think that was a very, influential part of what I have been able to go on and do, and the variety of things that I've been able to do in my life. I think in school, just growing up in school, and the motto in school really was faith and toil. It was fide et labor. That was really the motto, and I think it's kind of reflects a lot of ways in everything we do, right? I think you've got to have the faith and the belief in yourself, in the opportunities that you get, and you've got to have the faith in knowing that you have the skills, or you have the abilities, and you have the talent, but you also have to have that toil, and you have to work hard for things, and not everything comes easy, and sometimes it takes time, and it takes patience, and it requires effort. It requires constant growth and development, and I think that's, to be honest with you, that's something that's really been a very big part of my growing up, in the sense that, even just watching my parents, who were great influences to me and inspirations to me, and just go about what they do in their daily lives, and the hard work that they put in, and the sacrifices they make, in a sense, taught you, I think, to sort of lead that thing in everything that you do, right? In everything that you do, I think I was very lucky that I was given a gift and a talent, and to play cricket, and to be able to influence the world through that, and using cricket in some ways as a vehicle to obviously for me to experience different things, and to be able to get the best out of myself, but also then to be able to use cricket as a tool to influence other people, and the fact that I had become someone who was well known, or who is recognized, and using that, I think, as a way of helping other people, and potentially influencing other lives as well. So yeah, it's just nice to be involved in cricket. It's nice to be involved in the sport. It's nice to be involved in being able to touch many lives, and luckily through the sport I was able to touch many lives by just playing the sport. But as you move on from the sport, then you get into coaching, you get into other things that give you another opportunity to interact with the youth and with young people, and help them along in their journeys, and learn from them. I think the beauty of this is that you never stop learning, and you're constantly learning from the people that you're coaching with, or you're working.
That's really inspiring, sir. So you're famously known as the wall of cricket. But for today's generation, especially the young people, building their own wall often means overcoming their challenges and their distractions. So what advice you would like to give to today's youth to stay strong and stay focused in their dreams?
So yeah, I think a lot of youth and young people, obviously when you're young, you have dreams, and you have aspirations, and you have goals that you want to reach, and you want to be successful, whatever successful means for you. But also, I think it's important to recognize that, being young and being a youth is also a time to experience different things, to explore, to sometimes do get distracted, and it's fine. It's part of just growing up. It's part of living life in some ways. But yeah, I think, it's very important. I think if you recognize that, when you have a gift or you have a talent, and all of us have some gifts, we all have some talents, we all have some opportunities, to be able to influence other people, to be able to get the best of ourselves, to be able to support our communities, to be able to do something that is meaningful in our lives, but also in other people's lives. And I think, learning and developing your skills in your youth is something that is very, very important. I think there is sometimes the distractions and having so many options and so many choices can sort of hinder your ability to develop your skills and your talents at a very important age. And I think that is something that I would certainly advise the youth, is that while you of course must experience a lot of things, and I think the more experiences you have in life, the better it is in the long run. But also just then being able to recognize that also developing talents and skills and developing sort of skills, and whether it's your education or whether it's other skills, takes time, it takes perseverance, it takes patience, it takes hard work, and you have to devote that level of time to be able to do that. There has to be time where you have to make those sacrifices, where you have to make the time to be able to grow and develop as a person and develop those skills, because if you don't do it at a particular stage, then sometimes it becomes harder and harder to do it as you get older. So yeah, I certainly think that developing skills and gaining more and more experiences is really important at a young age.
I'm pretty sure developing skills and gaining more experience will surely help out the youths out there. So, as you're a Josephite, I'm pretty sure even you know the values of Joseph, such as service, excellence, and compassion. So, which of these values resonate most with you, and how these values have helped you in your life as well as in cricket?
I think they're great values, and I think you resonate with all of them. As I don't think you can resonate with one specifically. But certainly, I think, a large part of my life has been devoted towards excellence. I wanted to be very good at what I did. I wanted to try and be as good as I potentially could be. And excellence is not about comparing yourself, I think, to other people, but it is just trying to, I think, get the best out of yourself. It's not get the most out of yourself. And then I think really in terms of compassion, recognizing that we have to be compassionate firstly to ourselves, which is very important as well. I think we sometimes are too hard on ourselves, but being compassionate to yourself, but also then I think recognizing that there are so many people around you who probably don't have the same level of opportunities or the same level of maybe luck or just destiny as you have. And I think, having that fair level of compassion towards them, having a certain sense of compassion with the people that you work for, right? A lot of the people you work for are not always going to be as successful or as get the same level of sort of success that you have. And having a level of compassion and recognizing that each one is on his own journey, I think, and each one has his own set of talents, and you should never, I think, judge people, based on what they have achieved. So I think just having compassion all around, I think, is certainly important. And then the opportunity to serve, I think having that level of service and recognizing that we are part of a community and we are part of, we have the opportunity to inspire other people. The more successful you get, the more you develop your skills, the more you become someone who's established himself. I think it really gives you an opportunity then to look around and see who are the other people I can help and be of service to other people to help them grow and develop. So I think, you'd resonate with all of these three things.
So you truly are an inspiration to me and many out there as well.
Okay.
So handling pressure sometimes might be difficult, like as a cricketer, both as a player as well as coach. And today youth out there, they go through multiple pressure in their daily lives. So what is the advice you would like to give to them in handling pressure in their daily lives and to stay calm, cool and positive just the way you are?
So I think a certain amount of pressure is I don't think you can, there can be an absence of pressure or stress. I think it's unrealistic to expect that. But you have to manage it. You can't let it get to a level where it starts affecting your health and starts affecting your performance. So we'll never be, there'll be no absence of pressure or no absence of stress, because I think in some ways pressure and stress is just a reflection of the fact that you care deeply about something. If you care deeply about something, then you are going to face a level of stress and a level of expectation, right? So that it's impossible for it to completely go away. But what I would certainly say is it's really important not to focus so much on the results, and not focus on validation or gratification from other things or other people, but to really focus on your process and what you want to do and what helps you succeed, and to constantly keep growing and refining that and keep learning to improve on that. Sometimes I think, the pressure, we put too much pressure on ourselves when we start worrying about what other people may think about us, or we start reflecting more on the results and we start thinking that we are only, we are only successful if we succeed at a particular task, or if we succeed at what we do at work. I think that's just that's not true, right? I think who you are as a person is very different to what you do in your life, and I think you should try and not confuse the two. So I think a lot of pressure is about, I think the way I've tried to deal with pressure and coping with pressure is really to focus on the process and to focusing on doing the best I can do. And then just letting the cards fall as they may, and I think then learning from those experiences, whether you've done well or whether you've done badly, you've got to constantly review and you've got to learn from it, and you've got to improve and you've got to get better, and that is a process in itself. So I think just focusing on the process and focusing on what you need to do or the skills you need, rather than worrying about the results, certainly does help take away a little bit of the pressure and the stress. I'm honest, I don't think it's ever going to take it away completely.
Yeah, but focusing on the process, I think it would really help our youth these days, because we are more focused on the results than the process, I feel. Yeah. In today's social media age, like with the platforms like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and many others, it promotes instant gratification. So what do you think, like today's youth, is there a shift from active participation to being a passive spectators? So what do you think about it?
So it's a tough generation to grow up in, I must admit. It's I think with the advent of social media and with the advent of so many other things that can distract you, that can keep you engaged, it's tough. I mean, it's I think when we were growing up, it seemed a lot simpler, it seemed a lot easier, but I think, I think because of these things, the youth of today are also much more better informed. They're much more confident. They're much more aware of the world around them, much better than I'd say we were. But yes, I think a lot of the social media does bring with it its own set of challenges, and navigating that is very, very important for young people today. Young boys and girls today need to be able to have a responsible behavior towards social media, to be understand that while it is a fantastic tool for in many aspects and in terms of learning, knowledge, education, of letting the world know of your talents. There's so many positives of social media, but it also comes with its very big challenges. And I think navigating that is a very important lesson. I think that youth today need to learn, they need to cultivate, and it's a habit. And I think too much of it is harmful, and managing it is probably the right way to go. I'm not really an expert on handling that, because I'm not really too much in that space, and I'm probably too old now. But certainly it poses a unique set of challenges. I think it brings the world at your doorstep, but sometimes you have to be careful that you probably don't want too much of the world at your doorstep as well.
Yeah. Okay. After leading India in T20 World Cup in 2024, the T20 World Cup victory, Matthew Hayden not only complimented your cricketing skills but also your life principles. And we all know that you're very calm and you have a very composed nature. So what do you think? What shaped these values in you?
I don't know. I've just been quite lucky with I've been quite like right from a young age. I think I didn't get too disappointed with disappointments or get too excited with success, and I think just having a balance in life is really important. Recognizing that balance matters. Just also recognize, and I think failure in sport has also taught me a lot. I've seen a lot of failure in sport, and it's humbled me many times. And I think those things really do help you because they give you a good perspective of life. They give you a good perspective about what is important in life, and what really matters. And I think you then really start focusing and working on the things that truly matter, rather than sometimes the things we think that matter too much.
Yeah, that's nice to listen. Finally, if you had to choose one quality that the youth should focus, not only to grow individually, I would say, but also to make a positive impact in the society, what would it be?
I think if I were to think of one quality, I would think it's really important for the youth today, I think, to have what I think is like a growth mindset, is really looking to keep improving, to keep looking to get better, to keep opening yourself up to different ideas, to different thoughts, to meeting different people, to having an open mind, really. And I think growing as a person, or growing in whatever that you're doing, and constantly looking to improve and constantly looking to get better, is something that I think is really helpful. All the other things, of course, come around that, right? When you have to do these things, you have to have the discipline and the hard work and the perseverance and the ability to bounce back and the ability to deal with pressure. All of that comes back with that. But I think just the whole attitude of thinking of this as life, and what you're doing as an opportunity to just keep growing and keep evolving as a person, I think is something that is really, really important.
I'm pretty sure this will help and inspire many youths out there. So, before we conclude, do you want to share any of your experience or one best memory that you have had in Joseph's or as a Josephite?
I love being I love being a Josephite. I think it was fantastic for me to study in St. Joseph's Boys High School and St. Joseph's College of Commerce. I met some fantastic people there. I was lucky to be influenced by so many of my teachers and my principals, both at school and college. The fathers and so many of the people there have had such a big influence in my life and growing up, and deeply cared about us as individuals as much as and I think that was there was always something that came through. I think the concept of service, the concept of giving back to society, the concept of helping people in need, things like this always came out when you were studying in these institutions, because you saw your mentors, or you saw your teachers, and you saw your principals do these things. So yeah, I had some great experiences. I loved being in school and college. I think they're the best memories of my life. I made some great friends there. I have some great memories, and yeah, I'm still friends with so many of the boys from school and my friends from college as well.
Yes, so really nice to listen, and even I'm a proud Josephite just the way you are. And that's the wrap up for the very first episode of Let's Talk, brought by KJES Youth Works. A huge thank you to the legendary Mr. Rahul Dravid for
Welcome.
sharing your insights and your experience with us. I'm pretty sure it has inspired all of you out there just the way it has inspired me and everyone out here. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned for more episodes. A shout out to KJES for taking this initiative in connecting young minds with these influence figures. Feel free to share this with your friends, family and well-wishers. We'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care and keep chasing your dreams.